Fortunately, I guess I gotta work tomorrow again. They called me in for, well, they asked me to work overtime, and I said yeah. Because when we start getting busy pretty soon, next week's gonna be probably really busy. Predicting it's gonna be busy probably for the next month. So, I don't think I'm gonna have much free time until then. I mean, good thing I don't have much games to play, so probably will not be streaming that much on weekends because I won't have time. So I'll be streaming Friday, probably around 11 o'clock, 12. And then Saturday I'll stream normal. Yeah, just busy. Yeah, I gotta go back into work in 10 hours. I'm only gonna stream till like 5, and I'm gonna go to sleep. Gotta get up, work that overtime, make that extra money. Yeah, I gotta work 10 hours this week extra, and then next week probably I'll be working 14 hours extra. And it's gonna be like that probably for at least, I'm gonna guess, 3 or 4 weeks. I was enjoying the 40 hours a week, but it's gonna stop soon. A lot of shit we gotta handle, so we're trying to get ready for next week because next week's gonna be bananas. Predicting next week's gonna have a really steady flow of contacts. So wouldn't be surprised if it doubles or triples. And the mom's gonna go crazy. I go, oh my god, it's the new flip the fuck out. Like, here we go.
Add as
Sorry. Do that. Right there. Wrong thing. Still man. Healing. Damage. Healing. Throw. Pyro. Krause. These. Never done this, so need a variety. So we need electro, fire, geo, and arrow. See what it's like. I've never done these before.
Get them! By royal decree! Don't... Nowhere to hide. Shadow Raven! Let night fall! Go, Barbara, go! Get to the chase! By royal decree... You're toast! With sword comes shadow. Don't blink! Nice and spicy! Oz revealed! With sword comes shadow.
What's up, Shritas? Yeah, I did. How you doing, Shritas? Yeah, I already pulled 4. I got 3 of her. So, how you doing? I'm just farming it. I'm just farming artifacts right now. The first time doing this. I've never farmed artifacts before. Always use the base artifacts. The first time using unique artifacts.
By royal decree... Cut to the chase! Midnight Phantasmagoria! Be paid! Help! My dinner is attacking me! Don't... Nice and spiky! With sword comes shadow. Speed of a...
Midnight Phantasmical?
Speed change! With sword comes shadow. You're toast! Income.
Yeah, that's about it. Not much else new. Same old shit. Hydro. I don't want hydro. Hydro set. Yeah, farming artifacts. I hate artifact farming just because of RNG. RNG sucks. What's up, Simply? How you doing?
Oz, reveal! Cut to the chase! Hey! Midnight Phantasmagorian! Incoming! Hey! I will not go quietly. Speed of light! You're toast! Cut to the chase! Incoming! Wings of darkness! Double ping! Nice and spicy! With sword comes shadow. Out of the right. Oh, protect us. With sword comes shadow.
Yeah, not much else. I just got off work just like 15 minutes ago, but I had to go back into work in 10 hours, unfortunately. He's giving me Hydro set. Hydro set. Yeah, it's so man, just gonna have to work 6 days a week for the next probably month or so. So I'll be not streaming as much. Till things calm down again.
Oz, reveal thy... Don't blink! You're toast! Nowhere to hide. Got lucky that time. Speed of light! Wings of darkness!
all shitty sets. That's what I love about RNG, man. Just get all the sets you don't need. Oh, you need the Hydro set? I'm like, I don't need the Hydro set. Stop giving me the Hydro set. Oh my god, you suck. Gave me Hydro set almost on every single one. I'm just like, oh, you fucking suck. Suck balls. Yeah, not much else, man. Just same old shit. Different day. As usual. Give me that. I need a spear so I can keep swapping all the time.
Huh?
Stabilize. This is order. Gather.
Punishment! Time to go!
I will have order. Stabilize.
Judgment!
Change my title on my stream because I'm not pulling Rosaria. I already have her. Should change the title.
Can't handle your drink! Huh? Yeah! Time to go! Huh? Yeah!
Solidify.
Random daily's done. Is there a new event tonight? Nah, I think it's later today, so I won't be able to do it till tomorrow. These are all done. Nothing to do. I'll just do my artifact run and I'm done for tonight. Okay. Artifacts, I can start. It's starting in like 10 minutes. Let's start going. That'll be it for tonight. Probably go to bed at like 4:30. Gotta get up at gotta get up around 12. Get ready for work. Their 8-hour shift. At least my paycheck will, our upcoming paychecks will be big. Not up. Have to wait. Yeah, my next like 2 paychecks should be really big.
Silly churl Billy. Go!
Look at all these. A Geo vanished with a Hydra bonus. Like terrible. Hydro, it's like lovely sets I don't need. Hydro. Just all Hydro sets. Terrible. Cryo damage. That one's alright. Gee. All Hydro. Jesus. So much Hydro. Like 90% of it is Hydro. Terrible. It was terrible. Latin X. Latin X. Because they don't want to sound because of sex. It's like gender bullshit. Because people get offended. So offended because you called me that. So mean to me. I'm like, people need to shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Stop being offended at everything just because you're offended. It honestly gets really irritating. You'll bitch about that shit all the time. Like, I'm offended. I'm like, really? Hey man, it's gonna be the end of us. Eddie, he's gonna crumble because of that shit. That's never wear these. These are such awful sets. Why would you wear these? Seriously, why would you use these sets? Are so bad. Like the defense set is like it's whatever to me. Yeah, I know. It's irritating. Like, it's just what children do, you know. They notice me, wham, wham. I'm so like wham. I want you to notice me, wham. Shut the fuck up, man. Poor little Poor little nibbling little babies, you know? I'm offended. That's irritating as shit. Reminds me of that. Wham, my daddy, wham. I know it's a bad example, but it's really the big boss man from WWE. He did that segment with the Big Show. That shit was so funny. Wham, my daddy, wham. That shit was funny. And it was messed up, but it was so funny. I don't know if you guys remember that shit back in the day. It was a long time ago, back when it was WWF. That shit was funny. Oh man, good times. Back when the WWE was actually good. Go brr, BR. Oh yeah, people boycott Genshin bullshit
Everything is negotiable,
because of
except overtime.
lollies and racism. I'm like, you know, Genshin Impact doesn't represent all races. I'm like, you're being racist. I'm like, oh my fucking god, just because they don't have, you know, Hispanic people, black people, you know, just because the majority of the characters are white and Asian, or Asian, white and Asian looking, it's like, oh, it's automatically. It's like, well, it's an Asian game. Most of the representation in Asian games are Asians. Like, I'm not surprised it's their culture. You know, I mean, they don't do it to be racist. Yeah, they're like, oh, there's only two tan characters in the game. It's like Jin Yan and who's the other tan one? Who else is tan? Who else is tan in the game? Dark. Besides Jin Yan. I think who else is dark. Jin Yan and Kaya. That's the only two dark, quote unquote, dark characters. I wouldn't even call Kaya dark. He's just tan. Like, Jin Yan's the only one that's even remotely a little bit dark. And she's just, you know, it's more of a tan. Just because the majority of the characters are light complected. And they all either are Caucasian or Asian. Like, people get so offended by that shit because they're not, you know, why aren't the characters like? It's their choice. If they want to make characters like that, let them. You know, it's their choice. Let them. It's their decision. It's not like they're promoting racism. Yeah, she's more like a Cambodian, like a Thai girl. You know, like a darker complexion Asian. You know, but it's like because there's not represent. They call Xinyan black, but she's not even black. She's just a tan Asian. That's all. There's tan Chinese girls. It's like just let the character be. You know. Like, I have never played a game like this and never thought racist things. Like where I think, oh, the first thing I think of when I see this game is racism. I mean, you're looking that deep to find bullshit, man. You got problems, man. You really got problems. You really do. I mean, I'll admit I do tend to like light complected girls. I do. I like white girls and I like Asian girls probably the most. But I don't mind a tan Mexican girl or something. I think they're hot. You know, and I wouldn't be if they made a Hispanic character in this game. I wouldn't care. I really would. wouldn't bother me in the least. It would be like, oh, that's cool. You know, I don't see. No, that's not the first thing I think. Oh my gosh, it's so racist. I just think they just find something to complain about because one, they're probably not happy. They want to make other people miserable, so they're like, "Oh, I'm mean and miserable, so I'm gonna make you miserable just because I can, because I hate myself and I gotta make everybody else feel like shit because I'm unhappy." Honestly, I think that's honestly what it is. They're just people are miserable, and one way to make themselves feel better is they give other people shit. You know, like it's like wow, really? You got that much time to complain and bitch about shit because things didn't go your way? It's like, man, you need to reevaluate yourself. Problem is, people are the problem. You know, it's not the game company. It's people. You know, people make shit racist. You know, it's like it's taught behavior. It's not something that you're born with. You learn it. And these people learn it probably from their parents or learn it from their friends. My mom never taught me racism. My grandmother was racist, but my grandma did not like Asian people or black people. You know, she used to always say, "Oh, you better not bring home an Asian girlfriend or black girlfriend." She'll say, I won't approve of that." You know, she said, "Only white and Mexican. You only date white and Mexican." You know, she's a good woman, but yeah, she definitely had racist tendencies. Hate her for it, you know. Just I still loved her because she was my grandma. But it's like, it's just bigotry that you teach to your generation. That's something that's gonna get passed on. Luckily, our mom was not. That's one thing. My mom, I've never heard her ever say shit like that, or she would ever deny my friends because they're Asian, black, or whatever. She'd welcome everybody with open arms. Never taught that kind of bullshit. Yeah, my mom, my advice, my mom. I mean, my mom knew I had an Asian girlfriend, and she didn't mind. She didn't care. She didn't say, "Oh, like she was offended because I didn't date a Hispanic." She said, "I can care less what you date." She's all for multiracial. I am too. You know, if I had a daughter, I care less what race she dates. Well, I care about the person. Like, is it a good person or not? That's all I would give a shit about. He's a bad person. I don't look at him bad because because he's a color skin. Oh, that's why he's bad. No, he's a bad person because he's a bad person. But there's a lot of people out there that they affiliate a race with, oh, if they're this race, they're automatically a bad person. Oh, because he's white, he must have money. Because because he's this color, he must be a gang member. Or he's this color, he must be really smart. It's just, it's just like, jeez, easy to label people just based on race. Like, there's a lot of common stereotypes. So it's like, oh, you're Asian, you must be good at math. It's like, not all Asians are good at math. Oh, you're Mexican, you must be good. You must be good at picking fields or something like that. Just something stupid like that. I'm like, no, just because I'm Hispanic doesn't mean I speak Spanish. I've had people get offended. I've actually offended Mexicans that way. Mexicans talk to me in full blown Spanish because they know I'm Chicano, so they look at me and they just start talking Spanish to me. I'm like, I don't understand what you're saying, and they get all offended. Like, can you not speak Spanish? Aren't you from the motherland? I'm like, the motherland? I was like, I'm not from Mexico, you dumb shit. Like, I was born here. Like, God, it's like, it's such ignorance, man. Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of Asians that aren't very book smart. I mean, there are. Just it's a common misconception that Asians are all good in, good at math and good at school. And the only reason why that is because a lot of Asians they stress education. It's a cultural thing. That's why the odds of seeing a Asian that's well educated because they stress it so much in the household. Like your parents like get on you about that shit. That's why. It's not because well you inherit it because of a gene in your because I have the Asian gene, I'm automatically good at math. That's not how it works. People are bigoted. There's a lot of bigotry in this world. Trust me, I've met stupid people of all races. So it is not a racial thing. It's not because you're a race, you're this race, you must be intelligent, you must be dumb. But I've had people, say things about me because I'm Hispanic. I've had white people ridicule me because they're like, oh, just call me racist names, and I'm like, make fun of me because call me lazy. Oh, you're a beaner, like you're lazy, you probably don't do anything. I'm like, oh my god. Jesus, God, that's so insulting. They think, oh, because you're that race, you must like, you like tequila. You like, you must have like 10 kids or something like that. I'm like, oh my God, not all Hispanics are that way. Jesus, I am the most unstereotypical Mexican you'll probably meet. If you saw how I was in my room, you'd be like, this guy can't be Mexican. There's no way this guy's Mexican. If you saw my room. Nobody would think I'm Hispanic. Hey, everybody, I bet you, if if 80% of people would either think I'm white or Asian, if they saw my room. Promise you that. They would not think I'm Hispanic. Far from stereotypical.
With the wind. Huh?
Yeah, it is. I mean, your culture values education. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with, I respect education. I would never ridicule somebody for being intelligent, for actually, valuing that. There's nothing wrong with that. But I don't think that because you're a certain race means that you're better than somebody just because. I used to hear people do that shit, like ignorant people, like even the FGC fighting game community. People would think that, oh, because you play this game, only these people are good at it. Like, oh, if you play an anime fighter, only Asians are good at it. If you're any other race, you won't win. I'm like, wow, that's such a discouraging words to tell somebody to even bother trying because they're not it's not they feel that because they're not a certain color or a certain race that they don't have a chance because they don't have the skill level that the stereotype is believed to have. That to me is really discouraging. Like, oh yeah, it's like, oh yeah, if you're not Asian, don't bother playing fighting games because, or if you don't play air dashers. Oh, if you're playing King of Fighters, oh, you better be Mexican or Korean because those are the only ones that are good at it. I'm like, wow, how fucking, ignorant that sounds. And people would stress that shit. Like, oh, well, you know, you can't beat this person because of your race. Like, your intelligence level's below them, so there's no possible way you can beat them. And that's totally not true. It's just a lot of, again, it's a cultural thing. I think that's the main reason why they're better at it, because their culture puts so much emphasis on, you know, that shit. Like in Japan culture, you know, video games are, I think, like a norm compared to, and they take it serious compared to us here. Not as serious. It's more viewed as just recreational. They take that shit really serious. Just like, you know, white people take, you know, NASCAR racing really serious. You don't see many other races, you know, do NASCAR. I mean, you do once in a while, but the majority of people that are NASCAR drivers are white. It's just that's their pastime because of the culture. Doesn't mean it's a, you know, it's a white sport. Like only white people are good at NASCAR driving. That's not true at all. Well, I think, yeah, you get the boomers that think they're better than everybody else because, oh, we started it all. We're the OGs. I'm like, you're not anymore. Your day is, you know, the people nowadays, you know, they learn faster. They're younger too. You know, I think their growth potential is much higher than us. But it's also dedication. I mean, obviously, as you get older, I don't think your drive is as good as it used to be. We have responsibilities. You know, I don't have the time to or the patience to invest being good at a fighting game like that at that level because it's not fun to me, and I don't need it to make a career out of it. That's probably why I'll never be competitive in fighting games like to that level, just because I don't have the drive to do it. I don't have any willingness. So of course I'm not gonna do it. I can't win. I have no incentive, no motivation to do it. So it's like, oh, you want to be good at this? I don't really care. I got more important things to worry about. You know, buying a house and keeping my job, paying the bills, and living better. You know, worrying about my future. You know, video games, you know, can wait. They're not going anywhere. I could literally stop playing video games for a whole 3 months if I want to, just to get on top of things I need to. Yeah, I mean, I'll admit, I wish I could feel like they do. Like, I wish I could feel young again. Like, have that drive like I used to. Because, man, when you're younger, you obviously, I could feel the difference. I can feel myself getting older, and I feel it in my bones, in my memory, just reaction times, I feel it. You know, I do feel slower. I don't have the get up and go like I used to before, man. God, I have so much energy. Now it's like, man, I don't have that energy anymore. It sucks. I hate it. I wish I could have that. I would love to have that old energy like I used to. The old drive like I used to, but I don't have that drive anymore. I just, you know, I take care of other things and just don't have the time. A lot of times I'm like, I'm doing all my stuff and I'm like, oh, you want to hang out? I'm like, no, I'm too tired. Or I got other stuff I got to take care of. It's more important. Hoping once I get a house though and everything's established and everything's just in order, I'll be fine. Then I can actually. Because right now, since I'm focusing on buying a house, I'm pretty busy. I'm hoping once that's done, in July, hopefully. I'm hoping. I don't know if that's gonna happen though. We might just stay here for another year. It depends. That's like the worst case scenario if we decide to stay here. We don't move. But I'm hoping once I get that resolved and I get back to 5 days a week of work and I don't have anything else to worry about like that. Oh man, I'll have a lot more free time. I can actually plan stuff with friends. I just don't have time right now. I will say working 6 days a week, man, I have no time to do anything. Too busy worrying about things. I just don't have the time. I'm not even married, for God's sakes. Imagine if I was married. Can you imagine how little time I'd have? I probably wouldn't have time to play to stream if I was married. Like, I don't have time for this shit. So in a way, I'm kind of grateful I'm not married. I don't have any kids, and I don't have a girlfriend. 'Cause it gives me that I actually can make time for video games.
Right.
But yeah. But yeah, boomers. GC boomers, it's like, eh. Fighting games, a lot of fighting games aren't for me anymore. So, that's why I don't play them. I just, you know what? If you guys like them, have at it. Done. There's games I will play. It's just, I'm waiting for other stuff. The Guilty Gear Strive, obviously, it's going to be my return to fighting games. Because I do miss playing Guilty Gear. It's not going to be on the same level like I remember Guilty Gear, but it'll still be good. Just not as good. It won't be Exert good, but it'll be good. Same with what's it? ENF Duel, and then of course Melty Blood, uh, Lumina. I'll be definitely on all those games. It'll be nice to come back to those and learn them again. Like it's like, oh man, it's been a while. My mindset will be different for sure compared to how I used to play those games. Yeah, I try to like when I watch. See, I know when people watch me play, I try to be entertaining. So I don't want to be boring. I don't. That's one thing I cannot. I don't. It bothers me when I play a fighting game. I have to be entertaining because I don't want to bore people out of their mind because I see how some people play. Man, it's like it's so cookie cutter, and it's just really irritating to watch. Just like, oh god, like he just does one thing. That's all he does. One move, one combo, one setup, and it's just like you don't see anything unique. And it's like, man, doesn't that like bore you doing that? Like, I don't know. To me, it drives me nuts because it's like I just because if I find myself boring, what makes me think other people are gonna get bored watching me? Bothers me. I can't do that shit to somebody. I have to put on at least a decent show. So yeah, a lot of times you see me do like combos and stuff. I'm always trying to do different combos. I'm not trying to just do the same thing all the time. I don't like also getting in their repetitious pattern because it's just bad habits. It's good to like do different things just to throw off your opponent so they get. Because the minute they start seeing you just do the same thing all the time, you're easy to read. People know what you're gonna do, and then they just destroy you. If you're constantly doing different things and you're really messing with their head, it's entertaining because it's like, oh man, this guy is really hard to read, or this guy's really varied in his moves. He doesn't try to just keep doing the same thing. So I know what it's like on the watcher's end when they watch. You guys want to be entertained when you're watching somebody play. And granted, what I'm doing right now is fucking boring. What I'm doing right now is super boring, and I don't find this entertaining at all. No one's gonna be like, oh man, watch him farm artifacts. I'm like, yeah, I said nobody. Nobody cares about that shit. Healing bonus. Beautiful. It's bootyful. Healing bonus. I love Amino and Geo and Hydro. It makes no fucking sense. Terrible. It was terrible. Itty pieces. Yeah, that's how you learn. I mean, you have adaptation. You have to be able to adapt to a situation. 'Cause if you just keep doing the same thing, you're not going to learn anything new. You got to try different things. Tomorrow, I think. Friday into Saturday. Saturday. Today's, yeah, actually, it will be tomorrow. Tomorrow is when I think I can do my books, I think. think it's tomorrow. Let's see. That's Monday, Thursday, Sunday, Saturday. I think it's tomorrow. Today's Friday technically, so yeah, it'll be tomorrow. After I get off work, I'm gonna farm a bunch of this shit in Rosaria up to level 8 on all her talents. So I'm probably gonna spend like nine condensed resins on that shit. Eat a bunch of these too. That's cool you're teaching them. Oh, the event, the one for the boss, the water boss. I heard it's fun. It's a fun little event because it's actually a unique fight. You actually fight that boss completely different than you do normally, which I like. I do like that. So it's like I wish they would. They need to make it where those bosses like have a normal difficulty and like a hard difficulty, so you can actually adjust it. And then if you play the harder ones, you get like more rewards or something. Make it where there's some appeal to doing it instead of just making it an event exclusive thing. It just needs to be a permanent thing. Because those are fun to do, just to fight the boss in a different way. And it's actually more challenging.
Feel free to take a look around.
Yeah, wait. Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, I heard they're gonna make an event where it's like half off bosses. Supposedly that's gonna be a thing. Like the bosses are gonna be half price. You can do up to 3 bosses per day. I don't know, but I'm guessing it's an event thing, or maybe it's a permanent change. I don't know. That'd be an awesome permanent change because then I'd have a reason to do bosses every day because I could save up upgrade materials for levels. Do 3 a day, come back, do 3 a day, come back, and you get it for half off. I mean, that's a good deal. So, you can get 180, like for the weeklies, you can do 180, instead of 180, it's only 90. I'm like, that's cheap. That's a great price to do the weekly bosses. Personally, I personally think bosses need to cost less. I think the weekly bosses should be 40, not 60. It should be 40. If you're gonna keep it where it's a week restriction, they need to be cheaper. Or make it where you can do it twice a week. Something like that. I think you should be able to do it twice a week, just so you have more chances at the rewards. Because people do them for the upgrade materials and the prototype weapons. So if you can give people more choice, more chances, I would like. Like honestly, that's what I want them to do. I would like that. Just make it. We can do twice a week. Two each. You can do each one twice a week. All right, man. You take care. See you later. I'm not gonna be out much longer myself. Just chilling right now. I'm just. Electro damage. Crappy one. bunch of Hydro sets. Hydro sets for everybody. This, like I said, I'd like to get another gladiator. This one's fucking garbage. Terrible ass helmet. That's so bad. That one's not bad. That one's fucking ugh. Nice. That was nice. That was well worth it. It was a double. Need to find a better one of this one. Just getting the right augments. That's the biggest problem. I want crit damage, but the stats on the other stuff's a lot nicer. The stats are fucking garbage. Gotta get her attack up. Attack's kind of low. It's like, like I said, get an artifact with more attack. I want to get one of these with full attack and like nice stats, but I don't want to take away from other characters. Do that one. That one's not bad. That one's okay. Oh, well, no, actually, I need them all. I need 4 because I don't have. I need 4, so I have to use it with a set bonus. Alright, I think that's it. We're done for tonight. Not much else to do. Say I had to get up at noon. Might go to bed at 5 tonight. Get up at noon. Eat my lunch and then start work. 2 to 11 today. Can't think of anything else right now. So tomorrow night will be the new event. And then I'll be spending all my resin on books plus my dailies. Should take me maybe an hour. I might play something else beforehand when I get off work. I don't know yet. We'll see. Or I might just wait till 2 to play. Saturday, I gotta go look at some more houses. Hopefully find 3 places and
Everything
talk
is
to my real
negotiable,
estate agent
except
tomorrow.
overtime.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop right here, guys. Man, I'm gonna go to sleep. Well, I'm gonna chill for a little bit, then go to sleep. There's not much going on right now. Just keep saving up gems for the 1.5 update because of what's her name, the new character. That's supposed to be a new pyro user, new 4-star. So I'm gonna get her, and then potentially I might get Eula because I'm already 50. I think I'm 53 pulls or 54 pulls into the banner, so I'm like 20 away from pity. So I'd rather, man, if I could pull Eula, that'd be great. But also at the same time, I don't know if that new character is going to be with Eula. She might not be in the same banner. I hope she is, because I'd prefer that. But we'll see. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna chill for a little bit, then go to sleep. There's really nothing going on. So, anyways, guys, you guys have a good one. Take care. Good night.